By the end of this video, you'll understand how classics like Nocturn of Ice from Stardew Valley, Snow Overworld from Super Mario Bros. U, and Flake from Minecraft work so you can compose your own ice music. Then I'll create a brand new ice theme from scratch and walk you through the process step by step with a twist. I'll only have 45 minutes to complete this challenge and you won't want to miss the final result. So this is a little Christmas-y. Like there's an intro and then it's gonna be A, B that loops. Time signature is gonna be 4/4. 1, 2, 3, ha. Tempo, about 110. What key are we in? C major. I think what's cool too is you can actually hear some Super Mario World chord progression influence here in the harmony. Straight eighths. Harmony. Intro is gonna be 1, 3, then the 4. And then it's 2, 2, 2, 2, 2 minor, 2 minor, 5. We got the big picture here. So 1, 4, 5, and then it goes 4 to 1, flat 6 major to 5, ha. So it starts off again with 1, so it's like a 1, and then it's 1 over flat 7 basically, but really it's gonna be a 5 of 4. All right, so then we hit 4 again, and I'm not taking the time to like, is it major 7, minor 7? I'm just putting the basic things down here. 2, 5, 1, and then I'll bet you secondary dominant. Yep. Ha, ha, ha. 1. Okay, so it's 5 of 4. Now let's see where it goes. 2 minor to the flat 6, which really is tritone sub. And the reason why it's a tritone substitution is because we can see that the tritone that exists within the chord is basically F sharp and C. And then we add an A flat instead of a D as the lowest note, then that means it's 1/2 step away from going down to the 5. So you still have the same tritone as we would have from the 5 of 5, but instead of having the actual 5 of the 5 being the root note, we have the flat 2 being the root note. Tritone substitution. Now, melodies. Delightful Mario-esque melodies. It's doing the same idea. It's starting on the 3 of the 4 and going 3, 5, 1, but on 4. And those notes, technically speaking, are going to be 6, 1, 4. 6, 1, 4. Cool motif there. Yeah, and then it goes up to the 6 again, which is the 3rd of the F, the A. Then flat 3, so Mario 2, and that flat 3 is the 5 of the A flat. And then hits the 5 of the G. Yeah, okay. Use chromaticisms, outline the chords, use motifs relative to the chords. Got it. Okay, Stardew Valley OST. Also C major. Oh, wow, okay. All right, so the A section, it's 1 for 4 measures, 6 for 4 measures, 1 for 4 measures, 6 for 2 measures, 4 for 2 measures, and then it comes back around. And then the B section was 1 for 2 measures, 3 for 2 measures, 4, and then 7. And then we can get these in the variations, sure. It's like ostinato melodies. And not afraid of space, too, here either. And some little counter melodies here and there. Yeah, you could call that a melody, but it's like, it's kind of like the top note of the chord moving, which, yeah, is sometimes a melody. So let's check out Flake. C minor. Again, using slightly out of tune like gamelan. 1, 2, 3, 4. Around 125. Now there's some really pretty chords. The A section is going to be a 1 minor, add 4, which repeats, and then it goes to a flat 6, add 2. So interesting. What interesting sounds. That sounds like a balloon. And then it went back to the flat 6. Okay, so I've about got the idea here from these different things. I think the direction I'm going to head in for what I'm going to create is going to be a little closer to Stardew Valley, but I like the instruments here in Flake, and I also like the idea of having melody like in Mario. So we'll see if I can't incorporate all 3 elements. The melody might not happen. We might create something like how this Minecraft didn't really have a melody like the Stardew Valley. There were melodic parts. It didn't have a melody in the way that Frosted Glacier, that was the Mario one, had a melody. The Stardew Valley has an ABC form that does also loop pretty clearly. And then again, C418 coming in being, a little harder to pin down, all in 4/4. Tempo range is between 96 and 125. Interesting that these are so close. Interesting also, all these in the key of C with C418 going C minor. All of these straight eighths. Harmony chord progression, yeah, we see some 3s, we see some flat 6s. We have the Mario harmony is a little bit Mario. And yeah, 1s to 6s to 4s, 1 major 7 to 3 minor. 3 minor seems to be a big one. We had 3 minor in Mario, we got 3 minor here. I, of course, love the add chords that C418's using. Melodies, we have a very Mario melody, and then just it's ostinato stuff, which as you have more time to compose, you can then do more intricate things with the ostinato stuff, because I'm going to give myself a time limit. It may not get that intricate. And then we're definitely hearing bells, accordions, bass, piano, flute, some wind stuff. So I think this was melody. All these together were layered. Cold angular pads, yeah, reverse sounds, glass sounds, little bits of feedback, pad-like leads, singing glass, xylophone. We're just seeing glass, metal, maybe some strings, maybe some wood, glass, bells, metal, accordion. We're not going to lose with those. And not afraid of space, like leaving space, like letting space just exist, like something doesn't always have to be happening. I have never made an ice or snow theme before, so this is going to be my very first one. I'm going to give myself 45 minutes to create my first pass through, and that's going to be my only pass through, because we're not going to come back on the second day. So here we go, 45 minutes on the clock, starting now. There we go. I want to start with a chord progression for this one, and I want to start off by finding a pad that sounds kind of like airy and cold, like if you've ever seen video of the North Pole and it's like wind blowing with snow. I'm not going to take the time to really dial in a sound. I'm going to try and find something that's pretty much there already. I want just enough high end in that it feels like. Yeah, okay. I like that Stardew Valley thing. All right, Stardew Valley was a little slower, so I'm also going to go a little bit slower. I like that vibe. A little stronger. Grab my little velocity tool here. Yeah, I like that. It's a little bold, but okay. I like seeing the sunrise over the Arctic. I'm just going to add in an A note. Yeah, which is going to make it a little bit louder, but that's cool. So far, I'm basically taking the same progression as Stardew Valley here. This is not really in time. It's not synced up with the grid. I'm not going to quantize this. Oh, yes. Someone get me some glass stuff. Someone get me some glass. Call up Colonel Glass. What do you have that's glass? Give me something glass. Glass bowls, glass bells. Yeah, let's see what happens if we take the high end off that. Ooh. Turn everything back because that bell is still all the way up. I have a hard time hearing it. A single string would be cool. Dan, you got 45 minutes. Stay focused. Okay. Gosh. Oh, let's try violin. The first thing I did was cool. Always record when you're playing ideas. Yeah, I think so. Let's bring some bass in here. And then I think we're going to hit something like a little bit of a melody here, and we're going to do something different. Bass. Cold, please. Let's turn the harmonics down here. There it is. Oh yeah. Like it gets a little fuzzy when you push it. I want strings. How are we doing on time? I'm about halfway through. Making good progress. Strings. So really what I want here is I want to bring the energy up big time. Like, just kind of like open the whole thing up. And so what I'm doing here is I'm borrowing a leaf out of C418's playbook. I'm going to do these like add and sus chords. I don't want kind of like a rumbly bass thing in here. Just grabbing the lowest note of each chord. Somehow smooth the transition just a little bit. Swish. I'm going to add delay and reverb to that. Just insane amounts of reverb. All the reverb. We've got like 10 minutes left. We can make a little fade out thing here for about 8 measures that would loop back into this top part here, which let's actually set that up so that it would do that. Kind of just do the reverse. Just kind of create like a mirror image. All right, so melody time. Oh, let's try clarinet. We got a melody here I'm going to work with. It's not going to be perfect, but it's going to be something. Leave it unquantized, because I'm not going to take the time to correct it. And let's very quickly duplicate this and add in a flute. I'm not going to take time to fix it. We're doing rough draft here. Let's get a plucked element on this. With 1 minute to spare, we're going to call it there. And this is like absolutely not mixed in any way, shape, or form. We're going to listen through one time now. Okay, timer, 27 seconds. We did it. All right, let's jump in here and let's go. That's my very first ice snow theme. I will see you in the next lesson.